Hello, my name is Wahyu Trisno Mukti from Accounting Class 23A, Universitas Technokrat Indonesia. On this occasion, I will present material on. In our highly digital daily lives, we often don't realize that every activity we do on the internet, no matter how small, leaves a trace. This trace, recorded from our habits, behaviors, and interactions in the virtual world, forms something called a digital profile. A digital profile is a representation of ourselves in the form of data collected through our online activities. We may not always be aware that we're creating it, but this profile continues to grow and evolve along with our digital engagement. For example, when you create a social media account and upload a photo, you're sharing information about yourself. When you like or comment on a post, that also adds character to your digital profile. Even when you search for something on Google or just watch a video on YouTube, algorithms are tracking everything. What topics you enjoy, how long you watch, and when you're most active online. All of this data is collected by digital platforms and used for various purposes. The most common one is to tailor the content or advertisements you see. For instance, after searching for running shoes, you'll start seeing shoe ads everywhere, on social media, news websites, even in gaming apps. This is not a coincidence. It's the result of data processing from your digital profile, used to craft personalized and effective marketing strategies. However, beyond advertisements, digital profiles are also used in behavioral analysis. Large tech companies, educational institutions, and even governments can use this data to understand societal trends, develop policies, or create business strategies. With so much depending on data, our digital profiles become highly valuable assets, not just to us, but also to other parties. Unfortunately, not all uses of this data are positive. There are risks involved, such as data misuse, identity theft, or overly invasive tracking of our privacy. Imagine if data about our location, shopping habits, or private conversations were leaked into the wrong hands. It could be used for criminal or manipulative purposes, such as online fraud, or the spread of misleading fake news. That's why it's crucial to understand that a digital profile is not just a random collection of data. It is our image in the eyes of the digital world. Just like our reputation in the real world, our digital profile reflects who we are, what we like, how we think, and even the values we hold. The digital profile is our virtual self, and it continues to grow, even when we're offline. Many people don't realize that their digital profiles can be searched, viewed, and evaluated by others, including job recruiters, professors, or business partners. That's why building and maintaining a positive digital profile is so important. We can start with simple things like using a good profile picture, writing honest and professional information about ourselves, and posting content that reflects our personality or competencies. For instance, if you want to pursue a career in technology, you can share your work or opinions related to tech topics. If you're interested in the arts, you can showcase your creative portfolio. Social media and digital platforms are powerful tools for shaping our public image and expanding our networks, as long as they are used wisely. On the other hand, there are many examples of people losing opportunities because of their past posts. Offensive comments, the spreading of hoaxes, or inappropriate content can have negative effects, even years later. Therefore, it's important to always think twice before posting something. Ask yourself, is this appropriate? Does this reflect who I really am? Aside from being mindful of what we post, we also need to be critical of app permissions. When downloading a new app, don't just blindly click agree. Take time to read what permissions are being requested. Some apps may ask for access to your camera, microphone, or contact list, even when their functionality doesn't require it. The more access we give, the greater the potential for our data to be misused. Managing a digital profile also means knowing how to clean up your digital footprint. You can start by searching your name on a search engine, reviewing what results appear, and removing or hiding content you don't want others to see. Many platforms also offer privacy settings that allow you to control who can view your posts or whether your data can be tracked by third parties. However, don't just focus on protection. We should also leverage the power of our digital profiles to grow and develop. Nowadays, many opportunities come from the online world. Scholarships, internships, competitions, and job opportunities are often found online. Having an active, positive, and professional digital profile can make us more visible and trustworthy. In fact, Many companies and educational institutions now consider not just academic scores, but also digital footprints. What you post, how you communicate, and which communities you engage with. All of these become part of their consideration. Therefore, treat your digital profile like a living resume, always updated, well-presented, and representing the best version of yourself. It's also important to understand that building a digital profile is a long-term process. It's not enough to just create a LinkedIn account or an online portfolio. What matters is how consistently you maintain its content and quality. Be active, contribute, interact positively, and continue learning how to improve your digital image. We must also realize that not everyone has sufficient digital literacy. So sharing knowledge about the importance of managing digital profiles can be a small step with a big impact. Encourage your friends, family, and communities to be more aware and wiser in interacting online.
To conclude, let us reflect that the digital world is no longer separate from the real world. The traces we leave there shape who we are in the eyes of others. A digital profile is a mirror of ourselves in the age of technology. With awareness, responsibility, and good intentions, we can create a digital profile that is not only safe but also a valuable asset for our future. As the younger generation growing up in the digital era, we have a great responsibility to wisely maintain and manage our online image. A digital profile is not just scattered data on the internet. It is a representation of ourselves that can be seen, judged, and even considered in many aspects of life, from education and career to social relationships. Therefore, it's important for us to build a positive, consistent digital identity that reflects the values we uphold. In this era, our presence in the digital world is just as important as in the real world. What we post, who we follow, and how we interact all influence how others perceive us. That's why thinking critically before sharing anything, maintaining good communication ethics, and showing professionalism and maturity are the first steps in protecting our digital reputation. However, building a healthy digital profile isn't just about avoiding negative content. We also need to actively develop ourselves through digital platforms, by sharing our work, joining positive communities, and expanding useful networks. The digital world holds countless opportunities, and only those with strong, active profiles will be easily recognized and trusted. Moreover, let's encourage those around us to become more aware of the importance of digital literacy. The more people understand how to manage their digital footprint, the safer, healthier, and more productive our digital environment will become. Be an agent of change, starting with yourself, and let your digital profile become a valuable asset that supports a brighter future. Let's not forget that in the digital age, our identity is shaped not only by what we say or do in person, but also by what we share, support, and engage with online. Every post, comment, and click contributes to a broader narrative of who we are. That's why digital responsibility is no longer optional. It's essential. Start today by reviewing your online presence. Ask yourself, does my digital profile reflect my goals, my values, and the person I aspire to be? If not, it's never too late to make changes. Use the internet as a space for growth, not just for consumption. Learn, share wisely, build your network, and most importantly, be authentic. Being digitally literate also means being empathetic, respectful, and constructive in every online interaction. As more aspects of our lives move into the virtual world, our ability to communicate positively and represent ourselves responsibly will be crucial in unlocking both personal and professional opportunities. With that in mind, let's work together to foster a healthier, more respectful digital culture, one that empowers, educates, and uplifts everyone involved. So let's not be passive observers. Let's be intentional. Let's be mindful. And most importantly, let's be responsible. Because in the end, your digital profile is more than just data. It's your story, your reputation, and potentially your key to future success. That is all from me. If there are any mistakes, I apologize. Thank you for your attention.